Hello, besties. Um, just testing my sound level. Did all my stuff thing. Having a week. Um, I've just restrung my one string on the guitar that broke, and it looks like one of the knobs for the strings fell off, so I can't fix my D string. I just have to bring it in the shop. But yeah. But so I wanted to get you some good news. I don't have a source for this. I just said so. I used to want to be an epidemiologist, which is like the study of science and all that stuff, medical science, and the all-cause mortality of cancer over 5 years is like 70% will survive over 5 years. So that is like amazing. It used to be like certain cancers, like pancreatic cancer, was an instant death sentence within like a certain time frame, and now we're winning. So no matter what else, that's your good news for the week. Wish I had some more good news to share. I do have some more news to share. I'm at 100 boxes of the 250 box challenge. Aren't they nice? That's 99 and 100. Oh man, that I get it. Let me distill martial arts to you in like one little exercise so you can understand the point, or like why we do these drills and why you can't just like go on black belt one day. So when I was learning Taekwondo, one of the instructors was like, all right, so here's the deal. You're gonna put one finger, one pinky, one thumb, and you're gonna do, and you can try to do this along with me. You're gonna do, then you switch to one pinky, one thumb, right? So switch and switch and switch, and your brain has to learn this pattern, right? So and then being able to switch back and forth. I don't know if the camera can get this fast, but like most people, they have a problem doing this, right? So we said, okay, so this is the kind of the same thing that's happening in martial arts. You have to train your brain to do a pattern, right? So you can't just go from this to this. People have to like learn it, right? So I learned how to do that, right? So that I can kind of like demonstrate this. But it took like a couple of days of like I'd step with one feet, step with the other ones, do really slow, and then work my way up. That's kind of what martial arts is. Like you're learning slowly to work your way up, right? That's kind of what I get feeling from this. And if that is not a metaphor for learning things like and that require muscle memory, I know what it is, because the way that this is, it requires me to use my whole arm instead of just this and this, right? The three things. So I'm using the whole arm from here to do all of the drawing, which is like a new thing for me. And I get it because I understand why. And I can see why people might be frustrated. But besties, it's worth it. Like already, like my boxes look better. I can understand like why the perspective is off. So you might not know this, but there are people that have issues understanding three dimensions in space on a fundamental level inside of their brain. Like they have difficulty with doing first person shooters, right? That's never been my issue. I've always been able to like navigate to like navigation from like wherever I am to wherever I need to go. So anyway, looks like I need to start filming my stuff in segments. So I only strung one string. Now I gotta take it to the luthier or the guitar guy to fix it. But yeah, so that is, I get what's going on here. Mentally, I'm just like, I don't know that the same thing can be applied to writing, but I do like the conceptual idea, and like the fact that like I'm like, okay, I understand this perspective, right? Like because I'm looking at it from the person, I'm like, all right, what's the perspective of this thing? Am I seeing what's the front, right, of the thing? Because that's going to matter for shading, right? For context, for contrast, for like all this stuff. What a day. So yeah, so for this week, I hit 6 out of 7 days, right? What I do is I have my buds check in All of my chapters were uploaded on time. One was uploaded early. Did a double chapter on Wednesday because I got the dates wrong, but that's okay. It came out in order. And I realized that I might need to just slow down and enjoy the process more, because I'm like, the thing that I thought was going to be a hit, Gamer Manager, it did not become a hit, but I'm just gonna make it available. Fine. Like I'm not emotionally tied to it. Like I thought that was my finest work, but like obviously like it is going to be a cult classic, not a bestseller. But like 124,000 words later, I'm just like, okay, well, edit, give me some dev edit notes so I can go fix this. Because I was planning on what I was planning on doing with Gamer Manager was kind of like doing like a live blog thing along with like the actual seasons of like real life esports. Apparently, that's not like esports is too niche of a thing to consider for a series, or maybe I'm just not well known enough. But yeah, so Game Manager, the full thing is available on Royal Road, covered by Fuyu. It's amazing. I can't wait to. If for no other reason than I paid for a bomb ass cover, am I going to put this thing out? I have no expectations. I don't think it's going to do. If it does nothing, it'll be fine. It'll just be me saying like, all right, I've done this thing, enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. So in other news, I was going to do this event in 2 weeks. I cannot. Too much going on, and I don't. I am still up in the air. What's happening next? So I'm just like, okay, I cannot. Too much going on. I I'm not going to feel bad about that. It's fine. But yeah. And let me tell you, you should probably check out Aether Ascension. Let me grab this real quick because it's a tower climber. I'm thinking about writing a tower climber. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Just gonna write something for fun. Royal Road. So my friend Nate is writing a book. It's called Aether Ascension. It's a tower climber. It is really well written. At the time that I'm writing this, he has 143 followers, and he had been posting for like 3 days. So he's got a buzz. I'll hit Rising Stars this week. But Nate is a good example of like what you can do if you just like sit down and just write, because he has like he had the skills before, he just hadn't applied them. No shade on you, Nate. Like it's fine if you don't want to be a writer, because he was a dungeon master forever, but he literally started writing with the intent to show people after Thanksgiving, which if you're not American, is about 2 months ago. And I'm just like, this is good. You should let people read this that aren't me. And so far, over 140 people have read it. So there's your social proof. This is why Royal Road is like such a good site, because like you can just be like, all right, I'm going to put this out here, and then people I don't know are going to read it, and they're going to love it and comment on it and tell me thanks for the chapter or whatever. His ratings have 4.79. But yeah, so due to some external forces, he has launched earlier than I wished him to launch, which meant that he had to like scramble last week. So last time I had a blog, I was not expecting him to be doing this. Otherwise, I would have done like a little promo. So today's video is brought to you by Aether Ascension, written by Nate Knight. It is a very interesting tower climber. It is very well written, and it is set in a future Atlanta. So I don't think I need to say any more than that. I think that basically, like me saying I like it, it is problematic in the fact that it is hard to put down. That is enough of a thing for me. So check out Aether Ascension. You're gonna love the characters, and then you're going to be sad that he waited this long to start writing. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Uh, but it's available for free on Railroad. I will put a link in below because Nate's my dog. Um, even though he's never watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which is a great series that he should watch. Um, and that's my pitch for Nate to watch Crazy Ex-Girlfriend because he is the main character of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. But anyway, so back to me, because I get to talk about myself on my channel. All right, so I have about, all right, so I'm working through, I actually have an outline for a book. If you know me, you know that I use the writing into the dark, right? I write into the dark. I have a kind of a set piece of where I want thing to go, and then I kind of follow the kind of write the incident report of what the characters are doing. I want to finish this book. I want to finish Blood Rights, which check it out, because it's like finally hitting the point where I'm like, all right. But basically, like, so now that I've written the setup, now that I'm like ready, I have put I'm like 7 points into the chapter, running chapter 16 right now. I'm 7 points into the 23 point outline I've got. Basically, each of the rest of the points is going to be a chapter or two. So like this book that I thought I was going to finish in December, I'm going to finish in, who knows, like 23 more weeks. What's that? 4 months. Yeah, what a day. I guess, yeah. And then I think what I'm going to do is, instead of doing a new fiction, I might do a relaunch of Nascent Soul Child, because I am considering like how much dev edits I have to do and how much I hate editing. I like to do like a clean first pass and then call it, send it to the dev editors, right? And that's like the kind of thing I'm trying to work. So I'm trying to develop this year my process. And if I'm like, I just want to write a really clean first edition, and that's who I am, then I guess that's who I am, right? I think that after 18, 19 books, I have an idea what's going on. I just want to make sure it's entertaining. Right. So we'll see. But basically, I just wrote like a shadow dinosaurs attack the main character and her love interest, and I'm just like, okay. And I made it humorous because that's who I am. So if you are enjoying that, check out chapter 15. Chapter 16 I'm going to drop today, 24th of January. I don't know what's going to happen next. And also, we have a dang old snowstorm on our hands, which I'm happy to say I prepared for. Snowstorm. The work day was a snow day. But yeah, so check out Aether Ascension. You can check out Blood Rights. Skill Spear, I'm probably going to put it back to 3 a week. I think that's where we're going. So I'm going to keep writing at the same speed. I'm just going to release slower, because of having like 8 chapters a week was too many to write. 6 is about right. Let me see if I can do 6 really well. Make sure they all get edited once and post them.